Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Speaker wa nyumba ya malamulo Right Honorable Suleman MP kutsegulira maphunziro apadera a aphungu a nyumba ya malamulo. Maphunziro amenewa ndi maphunziro okhudza mmene angagwirire ntchito zawo ku makomiti komanso udindo wawo ku makomiti amenewa. Makamaka ntchito ya ku makomiti imakhala ntchito yothandizira kulondoloza chuma ndi ntchito zaboma. Ndi aphungu akuyenera kuti adziwe atangolumbira ndi kutsimikiza kuti iwo agwira ntchito yawo ngati aphungu, akuyeneranso kuti aphunzitsidwe magawo onse amene angamagwirire ntchito yawo ku nyumba ya malamulo. Ndi limeneliso ndi gawo lina limene aphungu amagwira ntchito yawo ngati aphungu a nyumba ya malamulo kudzera m'makomiti. Tsiku la lero tikuyembekeza anthu ndithu angapo amene ayankhule pa mwambo umenewu, makamaka mwachidule oyimirira bungwe la UNDP Achika Charles Anikwe, komanso mlembi wamkulu wa nyumba ya malamulo Clerk of Parliament amenewa Fiona Kalemba. Iwo andamene atayankhule ndithu pa mwambo umenewu. Tikuyembekezanso kuona ndithu kupamalopa First Deputy Speaker amene ali olemekezeka Victor Musowa MP, komanso Second Deputy Speaker amene ali olemekezeka Esther Jorobala MP. Ndi tsiku lapadera ndithu makamaka ku ulendo umene wakhala ulipo kuchokera tsiku limene dziko la Malawi linachita chisankho pa 16 September 2025 kufikira tsiku limene bungwe la MEC linalengeza zotsatira za chisankho chimenechi ndi kubweretsa ndithu mayina a aphungu amene adapambana pa chisankho chimenechi ku nyumba ya malamulo. Nyumba ya malamulo yakhala ikukonza ndithu maphunziro apadera kapena zinthu zosiyanasiyana zokonzekera ntchito imene. In case you're just tuning in, we're live on Parliament Television. We are at the Capitol Hotel Marquee here in Lilongwe. My name is Linda Masinga. This is actually the day that Parliament has set up an orientation workshop on committees for the newly sworn-in members of Parliament. It is basically to orient them on their job and their role as members of Parliament in as far as oversight is concerned, because oversight is done in committees. At this moment, the Speaker's procession is making way into this place. Let me leave you to follow the proceedings. Stay tuned.
Right Honorable Speaker, Honorable Members of Parliament, distinguished guests, let us start our program, and we're going to do with an open prayer from the Honorable Mike Chimaza MP. Honorable Chimaza.
Order members, let's bow our heads and pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we dedicate this day into your hand, God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and we declare this day shall be favored by the grace of God. Ndikupemphera Mulungu wa moyo chifukwa cha usogoleri wa dziko lino, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, komanso usogoleri wonse nduna, komanso ma deputy, komanso ife ma MPs. Tukupemphera chisomo, chitetezo pa ife tonse mu dzina lodabwitsa loti Yesu Khristu. Ndikupanga kava dziko la Malawi ndi mwazi wa Yesu Khristu, mwazi wa chitetezo, kuti Jehova dziko lathu la mtendere la mkaka ndi uchi Mulungu wa moyo likhale lotetezedwa komanso la mtengo wapatali lambiri labwino. Ndikupempheranso chifukwa cha atsogoleri onse iwo amene ali ma members of Parliament, Jehova, kuti timange umodzi ngati Malawi, tigwire ntchito yoteteza Malawi ndi kuwakonzera zofuna zawo, komanso kuyenda limodzi ngati ana amodzi a Malawi. Jehova chosani chinkulirano, Jehova ikani umodzi, Jehova perekani masomphenya Malawi, kuti pamene tikupita Jehova ku 26 Mulungu wa moyo, Malawi akasintha komanso akakhala opasa chidwi. muyambe nafe pamene tikuyamba programu yathu, mukhale nafe pamenenso tikumaliza programu yathu. Ndikususana ndi mzimu wa kudwaladwala, ndikususana ndi mzimu wa matenda, ndikususana ndi mzimu woukirana, ndikususana ndi mzimu ina uli wonse wa chisokonezo umene Jehova utha kupezeka pamalo pano. Mukhale nafe nthawi imeneyi mu dzina lodabwisa loti Yesu Khristu mulungu wa moyo ndapemphera. Amen.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chimwaza. Guest of honor, Right Honorable Suleman, MP, Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi. Allow me to recognize with great respect the presence of the Honorable Victor Musowa, MP, our first Deputy Speaker, Honorable Esther Jorobala, MP, the second Deputy Speaker, Mrs. Fiona Kalemba, Clerk of the Parliament of Malawi, Dr. Chika Charles Anikwe, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, Honorable Members of Parliament, Mr. Joseph Manzi, the Deputy Clerk of Parliament, responsible for procedural services, our distinguished resource persons, our distinguished invited guests, members of the press here present, ladies and gentlemen. A good morning to you all. I would like to warmly welcome you to the Sunbelt Capital Hotel, and indeed to this important orientation session on parliamentary committees. Guest of honor, today's program marks a significant stage in our ongoing orientation for members of Parliament. Today we focus on the parliamentary committee system, which is also referred to as the engine of Parliament, because this is where most of the work which happens on the floor of the House is performed. So, guest of honor, this workshop has been designed to equip the honorable members with the knowledge and, of course, tools to perform their functions in these committees effectively. Guest of honor, to formally kick off today's program, it is my pleasure to invite the UNDP Deputy Resident Representative, Dr. Anikwe, to deliver his brief remarks. Deputy Resident Representative, you are most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Moderator. Right Honorable Speaker Samia Suleman, the First Deputy Speaker, Honorable Victor Musowa, Second Deputy Speaker, Honorable Esther Jorobala, Clerk of the Parliament, Mrs. Fiona Kalemba, Honorable members, staff of the Parliament, distinguished facilitators and partners, ladies and gentlemen. In my language, we say, "Une tetala." In the English language, they say, "Good morning." In your language, we say, "Mwazuka banj." It's a great honor for me and a privilege for UNDP to join you today at this important induction for parliamentary committees. Allow me to begin by congratulating all honorable members on your election and for the trust that the people of Malawi has placed on you. The people of Malawi has given you a strong and resounding mandate. And as my people will say, to whom much is given, much is expected. This induction marks an important step in strengthening parliamentary ability to deliver on its constitutional mandate. The Parliament remains the cornerstone of Malawi democracy, the institution entrusted by the citizens to hold government to account, to safeguard public resources and to ensure that national decisions truly serve the people. At the heart of this mandate lies the Parliamentary Committee, often described as the engine of the Parliament, the place where much of the real work of lawmaking, oversight, and representation takes place. It is the committee that ensures that issues are examined in depth, evidence scrutinized, and government is held to account on behalf of the people. Honorable members, some of you are old hands, while some of you are new members. As they say, the right hand shall help the left hand, and the left hand shall help the right hand. Let the combination of experience and innovation bring best from all of you. Honorable members, parliamentary committees play a critical role in ensuring that democracy is not only about debate in the chambers, but about detailed, evidence-based work that improves policies and service delivery. Through the committees, Parliament reviews and amends proposed legislation to ensure it serves the interests of the people. Parliament oversees the implementation of laws, budget, and government programs. Parliament also provides the platform for citizens, experts, and civil society to contribute to national decision-making. But also, Parliament strengthens accountability by demanding transparency and results from the executive. In short, the effectiveness of the Parliament depends greatly on the effectiveness of its committees. So, honorable members, you are the will and the tires of the Parliament, the foundation upon which the Parliament will stand or fail. The induction you begin today is designed to provide a solid foundation for your work. For the new members, it will familiarize you with the committee procedures, the mandate, the tools for effective oversight and legislative scrutiny. For the experienced hands, it will sharpen what you already know and refresh your mind for the task ahead. It is our hope that this process will also introduce you to best practices in areas such as evidence-based inquiry, gender-responsive governance, budget analysis, amongst other things. This is an opportunity for members to connect across party lines, to build relationship, to develop a shared understanding of parliamentary collective mission, to serve the people of Malawi with integrity, with diligence, and with foresight. It is also an opportunity to compete, but also to collaborate. An opportunity for collective leadership. For committee members, your role in the committees places you at the intersection between citizens and government institutions. When committees perform well, citizens' voices are heard, and public trust in Parliament grows. But when committees are inactive, under-resourced, or divided, accountability suffers, and so do citizens. This is why it's so important to build strong, functional committees, supported by capable staff, clear procedure, and a culture of collaboration. In 2023, at the request of the Parliament of Malawi, under the leadership of former Speaker Honorable Catherine Gotani-Hara, who I'm pleased to acknowledge this morning, the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association conducted a technical assessment against the benchmark for democratic legislatures. The assessment offered a set of recommendations that can guide this new parliament in leveraging its energy, refreshed perspective, and shared responsibility to drive Malawi development agenda forward. The report recommended the strengthening of Public Accounts Committee, PACT, and I leave this in your able hands, Honorable, to ensure that this recommendation is considered a priority. Honorable members, Malawi is currently facing one of its most challenging economic episodes in recent history. Public debt has surged over 80 to 90% of your GDP. Interest payments are absorbing a large share of your revenue. Fiscal deficits are widening. Inflation remains high. External debts and external reserves are almost exhausted. In this context, robust oversight of public expenditure, accountability for borrowing, and transparency on resource management are essential. And this is precisely the role of the Pact, recognized globally as a global watchdog for public financing. I urge you to look into this, not only as a procedural matter, but as a strategic response to the current fiscal crisis and to safeguard public trust. The work of the Pact ensures that resources are used wisely, borrowing is managed prudently, and the executive is held accountable for financial decisions that deeply affect Malawi macroeconomic stability. The report also recommended an enhanced capacity of committee staff and dedicated time for committee matters. It also recommended for experts and research capacity to be strengthened. The assessment recommended that the committees also adopt a follow-up to ensure that they track progress on key actions and key recommendations. These are precisely the kind of institutional strengthening effort that UNDP has supported across Africa and globally, and we stand ready to support Malawi Parliament in this direction. In addition, honorable members, in 2024, the Parliament received support from UNDP in revising the committee handbook. This committee handbook provides good understanding of the processes and procedures for the committee. It also reflects regional and global good practices that may be of value to you. Honorable members, for democracy to be fully representative, for public policy to address the needs of all citizens, and for development to be inclusive and just, it is essential that women's voices are not just heard, but fully present, powerful, and equal in Malawi Parliament. While I commend and applaud you in your new roles, I would also like to take this opportunity to encourage and challenge you as leaders to be active champion of equality and inclusion in Parliament and beyond. It is through parliamentary committees that the women's voices and the voice of all Malawians can be heard as the Parliament conducts its work. As your committees commence their work for this new term, that the ultimate purpose of Parliament and of every committee within it is to improve the lives of Malawians. Every question asked, every report examined, every recommendation made in this committee contribute to more accountable, transparent, and efficient government. On behalf of UNDP, I wish you a productive induction and every success in your parliamentary duties. Dalo. Thank you. Zikomo Kwambiri.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anikwe, for your inspiring remarks, and of course, the continued support we are getting from UNDP in strengthening the capacities of Parliament and, of course, its members. Right Honorable Speaker, to underscore the objectives of this orientation, it is now my honor to invite the Clerk of Parliament, the COP, Mrs. Fiona Kalemba, to deliver her remarks, and thereafter to invite you, sir, to officially open this workshop. Thank you.
Right Honorable Samir Gafar Suleman, Speaker of Parliament. Honorable Victor Musowa, MP, the First Deputy Speaker. Honorable Esther Jolobala, MP, the Second Deputy Speaker. All Honorable Members of Parliament. Dr. Chika Charles Anyekwe, UNDP Deputy Resident Representative. Colleagues, management and staff of Parliament, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Right family for their continued and unwavering support to the National Assembly. Your partnership remains instrumental in strengthening the Malawi's democratic governance and institutional capacity. To you, honorable members, thank you very much for your time, your presence, and your commitment to this important orientation. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite the Right Honorable Speaker to officially open this orientation program. Thank you. Right Honorable Speaker.
Good morning. Honorable Victor Musowa, First Deputy Speaker. Honorable Esther Jolobala, Second Deputy Speaker. All honorable members of Parliament here present. Mrs. Fiona Kalemba, Clerk of Parliament. The UNDP Deputy Resident Country Representative, Dr. Chika Charles Anyekwe, all development partners, Mr. Ian Mwenye, our Director of Ceremony, Parliament staff, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you all to this very important orientation program for members of Parliament on parliamentary committees. A vital step in our collective journey as lawmakers and guardians of democracy. Building upon our theme, from election to action, empowering parliamentarians for impactful legislation, governance, and transformative leadership. This program marks a transition from political mandate to parliamentary effectiveness. It reminds us that while elections give us authority, parliamentary committees gives us power to act, to scrutinize, and to deliver. Honorable members, our Constitution, under Section 66, bestows upon Parliament the solemn duty to make laws, to represent the people, and to hold the executive accountable. These are not ceremonial responsibilities. They are very lifeblood of our democracy. Yet, the true work of Parliament does not only happen in the plenary chamber. It is the committees, the so-called engine rooms. The previous speakers keep repeating engine rooms, because even a vehicle cannot move without an engine. Parliament cannot function without the committees. That's why we keep repeating that you, the committees, have always been the engine rooms of Parliament. This is where the gears of democracy turn quietly but powerfully. It is within these committees that government policies and budgets are subjected to rigorous scrutiny. It is within these committees that citizens' voices are amplified through hearings, petitions, and inquiries. It is within these committees that accountability is enforced, ensuring that public resources serve public good. And it is within these committees that consensus is built across political divides in pursuit of our national interests. In essence, committees transform Parliament from a debating chamber into a functioning system of checks and balances, ensuring that power is exercised responsibly and transparently. Let us not forget that oversight is the heartbeat of democracy. Without effective committees, oversight becomes shallow. Without oversight, governance drifts into opacity. And without transformative governance, people's aspirations are undermined. Honourable members, every committee that you shall soon serve in, whether it deals with public accounts, natural resources, health, education, agriculture, they carry the responsibility to question, to probe, and to demand accountability on behalf of the people who sent you to Parliament. Deliberative assembly and work begins in the committees.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.